I started this this Mame machine back in what, 2010, I believe. But unfortunately, I didn't get to finish it because I've been pretty much busy. I got kids and doing these Hackintosh videos and answering questions and helping people out, and plus, money's kind of tight. So, you want to see me go further in life with my hobbies and stuff, I accept donations. Just saying. Anyway, so the cabinet, being as though I'm not a carpenter, I don't possess that skill, and I don't want to end up cutting the hand off. I went and bought a cabinet from this guy out in Maryland. Now let me tell you about this guy. What he does is he's not really a parts salesman, but he reconditions arcade machines, pinball machines, jukeboxes, all kinds of vending machines, man. The guy, he's awesome. Now, when I meet this guy over the telephone, I tell him what kind of cabinet I need, and he sends me a bunch of pictures of cabinets that he had available. He sent me, I think he sent me a centipede cabinet. He sent me a Donkey Kong cabinet because I wanted something pretty small, something real short, something I can fit in my apartment, nothing serious. So he sent me a picture of this one. I was like, that's it. I want that one. Now this machine is probably about, let me see, it's probably about a little bit under 6 feet. Just a little bit under. It's probably like, what, 5 feet, 7 inches probably, if not a little shorter than that, which is good for me and my kids. Now, the guy tell me it's at his house. Then he turns around and says it's at his business. So I'm like, this guy's full of shit. Let me bring my nunchucks just in case he jump out of line. So me and my pops, we go up to Maryland. The guy's like an hour out in Maryland from DC. So it's like an hour away. It felt like an hour because it was rush hour. It was wintertime, it was rush hour, it was crazy. So we get out there, and when we get to this guy's house, you got his house, and then right next door, he got this big-ass warehouse. And I'm like, whoa! It looked like a stable. So, we get inside, and he has all these vending machines, He had Coca-Cola machines that I haven't seen since the 70s. And he's like reconditioning these things, and they're like beautiful. He had jukeboxes and stuff like that. So he's an enthusiast. He was doing what he loved, and it was his hobby, and he's making money. Now, onto the cabinet. He sells me this cabinet, and as you see, there's a big hole right here. There was a dollar receptacle. Basically, what he did was he bought the cabinet for the dollar receptacle, basically. And he actually made his money back because he sold me the cabinet. He sold me the cabinet for, I guess, what? A tad bit more than what he paid for. Which makes sense to me, right? So he sold me the cabinet, which I don't have a problem with, and I'll get to you. I'll get to that in a minute. But he sold me the cabinet. All he wanted was the dollar receptacle, which I could care less about the dollar receptacle. All right. It had the coin slot in the front, but when you open it up, this right here is called a coin mech. The coin mech was missing, so I ordered a brand new coin mech off of eBay. Now the problem with a coin mech is you have to mount the thing in there. You got to have all the little pieces to mount it in there. The hell with that. I JB weld this bad boy on there, and it works. Then I wired it up. Bought the joysticks and buttons off of eBay. This guy, he sells joysticks and hap controllers and buttons and stuff like that. All right. Bought a whole bunch of wires and yeah, that's about it. A bunch of wires from Radio Shack and these little things. I can't think of the name of them. And what else? I bought, I think it's called a J-Pack. Let me see if I can get the camera up in there. That right there, this is where the wires wire up into. I know it's dark, but the little white things right here, yeah, that's where the wires, I think mine is called the I-Pack or J-Pack, I don't know. Please forgive me, guys. I put the right information on there. If I don't, please feel free to chastise me. Alright. This stick right here, get this. I have a flat screen monitor in here. And I couldn't mount it in there the way I needed to, so I had to improvise. Okay. Motherboard. There was a mounting piece right here. So mounting the motherboard wasn't hard at all. What else can I tell you? I keep the keyboard in here just in case I gotta do some extra adding of the ROMs and stuff like that. This is my hard drive. It's not that big. I think it's what, 20 gig, which is cool because most of the ROMs are not even 5 megs. Most. Some are about 16. But, you know, I still got ample space on my hard drive. Alright? What else can I tell you? Oh! Marquee didn't have a light in it. Didn't have a light, so I put a fluorescent light, and it looks great. Looks great. I think I got footage of that somewhere. I'll probably put it up in this video. Now, the most valuable thing about this is the machine has a speaker in it already, and he didn't know that because I asked him. He's like, I don't think it has one. Most likely it don't. I didn't see one, and there was one in there. There was one in there. So I think that's cool because that means I don't have to cut. I don't have to do no cutting up in here or any of that. Speaker's loud, and that's my machine. Now, you're probably wondering what kind of motherboard is in here. It is a Pentium 4. And some people might say, hey man, that's pretty weak. But let's be real. What I look like putting a Intel Core 2 or dual core processor, I mean, if it's just sitting around, sure. But what I look like, you know, putting all that into this machine, and all I want to do is play Pac-Man, Galaga, Gyrus, Kung Fu, did I say Galaga, Galaxian, Space Invaders, whatever. What I look like putting I could be using that for a Hackintosh video. i7, i5, i3, a dual core, Core 2 quad. But I like that. Now, some guys are putting that in their main machines, but they're playing more current games. They're playing, you know, games that are current or games that are more recent than what I'm playing. I'm playing like 80 games, man. Like stuff from the 80s and stuff like that. So, now, with a Pentium 4, Mortal Kombat, what is that, Trilogy, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, it runs fine. It runs fine. How much RAM do I have in there is a good question. I believe I only have, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's just too damn dark in there. I have 512 megs of RAM in there. That's as good as it get. So my buttons and joystick work. Oh, my control panel. Okay, this control panel did not come with this. It was nothing but a big space. Get this. I had my dad. I printed out a layout, measured up the size, and this was supposed to have been a test board. And my father was like, nah. This, you know, we ain't gonna use this. This is just, just to give me an idea. We're gonna fit it and then we're gonna make another one. And I was like, nah, keep this. Just put the holes in this one and I'm good to go. He was like, nah, the new one gonna be better. He makes the new one, mounts it, and it breaks in half. So he looks at me and said, you did like the test board, right? I said, yeah, but I don't want it now. But nah, he he put the holes in there and it didn't break. It's nice and stable, pretty good. And I put 6 buttons in here. So, because I do like to play Marvel vs. Capcom and Street Fighter and stuff like that. Mortal Kombat works good also. So, yeah, everything works. The quarters, my friends lose their mind because they can stick a quarter in. They're like, hey man, I'm gonna put a quarter in your arcade machine. My friends done came over, they played me, they got their ass whooped. One of my friends, he managed to beat me in Gyrus and put his name, he likes to leave his initials on my shit, and he's afraid I'm gonna take it off, but it's still on here. So anyway, that's it, I'm done. I just wanted to share that with you guys. So try not to ridicule my machine too much.